When I started out working on girls, it was really important to me to show not just sex, but realistic depictions of sex. I just felt like when I started having sex, I was like, this is not what I was seeing in movies. This is not what I was seeing on television. This is a whole different animal, and not necessarily in a great way. My biggest hope is just that we can move towards a reality where women's point of view when it comes to sex scenes is valued, and it doesn't have to be idealistic, and it doesn't have to be sort of like pleasing to a male viewer. It doesn't have to be pleasing to any viewer. It only has to be honest. I was raised by two artists, and so I grew up surrounded by creativity, and also the sense that creativity wasn't just essential to being human, but that it was actually something that you could turn into a business. I really encourage artists I know, especially female artists, to ask for what they're worth and to ask for it in a clear way, because then it removes this layer of resentment and anger and isolation that you may feel in the workplace every day because of how hard you're working and the lack of response. And the fact is money is not what makes the world go round, but money is one of the ways that we show people what their value is. The only way that any kind of notoriety or celebrity or just recognizability was going to be comfortable was if I found something useful to do with it. I've worked with Planned Parenthood for almost 4 years. I feel really lucky to be able, through both Planned Parenthood and the Planned Parenthood Action Fund, to be able to promote their work on both the medical and political side of things. I've spent some time this year, in 2016, on the road as a surrogate for Hillary Clinton, talking about why I'm supporting her in this primary. And I wanted to say what was really important to me was just talking to young women about voting. Leaving aside the issue of who you're voting for, just I think so many of us have forgotten that engaging with electoral politics is not just a right, but a privilege and something that we should do if we can do. Getting out and just reminding people that engaging politically is really exciting and vital, and it's not just like the domain of white-haired old men. So often, especially women, are told that their vulnerability is a weak spot, or that they're not supposed to exhibit it, whether it's at work or in relationships. They're supposed to have some kind of like calm and cool facade, and I just don't think that's true. I think there's something beautiful and tough about showing people who you are and what your emotional reality is like, and not being afraid of what comes after. I think we can all benefit from being more emotionally honest with each other in every department of your life.